is a long driving day for us, huh? Not used to 4 hours of driving. We're passing the Big Texan Steak Ranch. We will have to be back there for sure. Almost to the RV park. I think we found it.
Well, it has been a little while since we've been in Texas, but now we're back. We're in Amarillo at the Big Texan RV Park. It's also known as the Amarillo RV Resort or something like that. Very big, very resort-like. Lots of very flat, well-maintained sites. Full hookups, pull through for 3 nights. Then we're heading further west towards Albuquerque. But this will be fun. This will be fun. I think this is the first time that I feel like we're really getting back out west again. Not only is it drier, I could definitely feel it's drier, but as you can see, lots of gravel and just rocks behind us rather than just big trees. So this is a full hookup campground, lots of sites, lots of huge pull-ins and big back ends. Very windy, but that's very normal in Amarillo. The road is up there, that's where 40 is, but you could hear it when you're outside, but I don't think we're gonna hear it too much from the inside. And you don't get a whole ton of room between sites here, but you're here also for the amenities. There's a heated indoor pool. Looks like there's an outdoor pool right there, right next to the bathhouse and showers. This will work for 3 nights?
It will. We're close to the Big Texan Steakhouse. They have a limo that'll take us there.
A limo?
In case we want to imbibe a little bit. And yeah, internet's good.
Internet's good? That's good. I love hearing that. By the way, this campground considers our site the quote-unquote Airstream site. And I think the only reason why it's considered the Airstream site is because of those trees. And Airstreams can fit in that site. Don't have to worry about slide outs or any of that crap. You just kind of slide right in under those trees and you get some shade, which is nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. They're like, we'll put you in our Airstream spot. And I was like, Airstream spot? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, it's probably narrow.
I spy with my little eye something silver with a big longhorn on the front. Is that not Texas? And inside here is the indoor pool right by the showers. This is a little dog park that you can have your pets off leash. And of course you have your little boots here. This place just screams Texas. Everything about it is Texas. You got the star, you got the boots, you got the saddles, and everything is made of wood. It's very, very Texas, which is kind of cool. I like that. Like I said, everything is very Texas. And that sucker will bring you over to the Big Texan Steakhouse and bring you back, like Courtney said. That's kind of cool. We might do that. We'll see.
Well, that's where the brewery is too. Big Texan Steakhouse and Brewery. So that way you wouldn't have to drive.
All right, we're streaming some football over here. Courtney is shredding some chicken and sweet potato and other poto for Patty.
Dinner.
For Patty, yes.
Patty's dinner. As you guys know, we started feeding her homemade dinner when she got sick.
And yet another use for that Instapot.
It makes it so easy.
Yes. And as you recall, a few videos ago, well, I guess it's more than a few now.
It's like a month and a half.
Yeah, that didn't work out quite, the timing didn't work out quite as I was expecting. But anyway, we did an ask you anything or ask us anything request where you could just write it into the comments with any question that you happen to have, and we will answer it in a video, just a normal video, not like a Tuesday talk. So I have a little list here of questions, and for the rest of this video, we're going to answer some of these questions. They may or may not go into the next video. I don't know. We'll see how long this gets. But let's just jump right into the first question. Gwen asks, what do you like best about the Airstream?
I like how well built it is and how everything has its place and how cozy it is.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be the build quality as well. We've looked at other rigs, and we can like push on these walls, and they'll like give, and they'll bend. I mean, these aren't cheap rigs that we were looking at, $80,000 to $100,000 rigs, and the walls are just so flimsy, it seems. But nothing is perfect. The Airstream is not perfect either, but the build quality is definitely what we like the best. All right, and question number 2. This is a very, very, very common question. What do you do for health insurance? Now, I must say that we've already done a video on this, and we'll link to it above. But we use what's called Liberty Health Share. So technically, we don't have health insurance, but we share costs among generally healthy people. That's what health shares are. Some of them are very religious based. Liberty tends to be the most, Liberty tends to be the one that doesn't have a lot of those religious doctrines ingrained in their, I don't know, their philosophy.
Every health share is based on religion. Liberty just doesn't require you to go and see the same priest or go to a certain religious organization or anything like that. And we haven't actually had to use it much, so we are not a good person to ask whether Liberty is a good thing or not. But we know people who have had their babies on Liberty, who have had accidents been taken care of on Liberty, so we know it works for other people.
That's right. All right, let's do one more here. Let me look at my list. That question was from Rod, by the way. This one's from Carrie. How do you guys afford to do all the fun stuff that you do? Like, do you work from the road? How does the money happen? And we haven't really made it a secret that we are early retirees. So there's a element of that to our story.
And we have a whole bunch of videos on that. We should link to one of them about what that means, how we did it, what our story was before. But right now, how do we do fun stuff? Because we have financial independence means we have the money to live the way frugally for the rest of our lives without having to work full-time anymore. But in order to do the fun stuff, that's where all of our side gigs come in. That's where the YouTube channel, what we make from this, that's where the course, that's where Steve's blog. That is how we make the money to have fun. And then also, if it's a good year for the market and we are up higher than what we expected to be, sometimes we'll use a little bit of that money to also have more fun. But if the market's down or we're not making fun money, I shouldn't say the fun stops, but there's a lot less of it.
Yes, a lot of what we do, and this is, I think, customary of a lot of younger retirees, a lot of what we do is just based on how well things are going right now. And this year, things happen to be going very well. The market was up, but we're traveling out east, which means we'll be spending a lot more money anyway. But yeah, a lot of those side hustles. We're not exactly getting rich, especially on YouTube. We're talking a few $100s a month usually, so it's not a lot of money. But when you live cheaply, each dollar goes that much farther.
She stopped playing.
People keep asking about how Patty is, so I figured I'd just show them. Patty's doing good.
Patty needs to get groomed. She's gonna get groomed when we're next stop, huh? Yes. Yes. All the way under the Airstream.
Oh, come on. Ugh. Yeah, when it's windy, it's hard to keep the poop bags from, you know, blowing away. So Lori asks, what happens if a harvest host doesn't get back to us? What do we do then? And it might be we just don't go to that harvest host. But we always have a backup, because that's the way Courtney rolls. We always have a backup. If it doesn't work out with a harvest host, we just find another one. In general, right?
Always gotta have backups. You never know what's gonna happen.
And this year, it seems like we've had more harvest hosts that it's not that they haven't gotten back to us, it's that they're no longer harvest hosts, which is interesting. We've never really experienced that until this year. And Wade asks, has the length of our Airstream and truck ever kept us out of a state park? To my knowledge, the answer is no.
Maybe. Not in any way that's affected our travels, but I tend to search only for places that I know we can fit. So if I look and I see it, we're not gonna fit, I don't even really look at the place. So I'm sure there are places we could have camped and I would have chosen if we were shorter, but I would say that our travels have not been negatively affected by it in any way.
Patty, this is not how you walk. Sitting is not walking. Yeah. Yeah. So Tim asks, what do we look for in campsites? Like the orientation of our larger windows or a back window? How do we determine what campsite's going to work the best for us? But a lot of it is the proximity in the campground where the campsite is. We obviously want the best site possible, especially if we're backing up into a lake or our patio side is to a lake. But the big windows on the opposite side where my office is, quite frankly, that doesn't really come into the equation at all. It's all about patio and the back window mainly.
I also often look for sites that have the patio side doesn't have another site right there. It's a bigger gap between sites because that means we get more patio and we have a little bit more room to spread out and be with the dogs and not have people right on top of us. So that's a hint, is look at the map, and sometimes, even if it's not a corner site or something, some sites will have more space between them and the next site. Just make sure it's on your patio side because that's how you'll enjoy it the most.
Yes, that's a pro tip. If you have to err on the side of more space on one of the two sides of your RV, definitely prioritize the patio side because you get to enjoy that more. That's where you are.
We've also found that, oh, windy. We've also found that back-in sites can often give us more privacy than pull-throughs. As much as pull-throughs are easier, you're often stacked right next to each other, whereas in back-ins, you tend to have a little bit more room, and at least you have the back behind the Airstream.
Oh, remember the Grand Haven site?
Yeah.
That was exactly the Grand Haven site.
Yeah, there's been quite a few. We do back-ins more than we do pull-throughs in general because they're cheaper and because you tend to get more privacy that way. And better views.
And better views. All right, this video is already getting long and we have a bunch of other questions, so it's going into another video.
It'll go into tomorrow's video when we do
tomorrow.
Cadillac Ranch and the Big Texan Steakhouse.
Yep. In fact, that's kind of why we're here. There's not a lot of options in Amarillo anyway, but the Big Texan Steakhouse, if you're here, yeah, just do it. Just do it. See what it's like.
You're not doing the 72-ounce steak.
I am not doing the 72-ounce steak challenge. Maybe when I was in college I could have attempted that, but even then, I don't know if I would have succeeded. I gotta say, it sure is nice being in the dry weather again.
It is so much cooler. It is 90 degrees today, but it feels so much cooler than it's been when it's been 80 degrees and humid. We're back in our non-humid area. We love it.
Yeah. See these chairs in the shade? Big difference. Sun, shade, hot, pleasant. You gonna say bye, girls?
And we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Look at Penny wiggling. Look at her wiggling. She's wiggling. She says bye-bye. Do you say bye-bye?
Yes.
You do?
Maybe.